At the break, you started, peppering all of us about Quarterback, the show that's on Netflix right now.
Yep.
And it's featuring what three quarterbacks?
Kirk Cousins, Marcus Mariota, and Patrick Mahomes. And I got something to say about Spadoni, too.
What is that?
You two guys in a second.
What?
About Patrick Mahomes. Basically, I heard Spadoni because you guys are like, you know what? The Super Bowl loss to the Kansas City Chiefs, you could accept it because he's such a great quarterback.
Well, I feel like I'm watching the greatest quarterback who ever lived.
But that doesn't dismiss the fact that they had a 10-point lead over Patrick Mahomes.
Of course.
They gave up a 3rd and 15 on a busted coverage. And knowing that it is very tough to get back to the Super Bowl, Shanahan and the Niners may never get back to that point ever again.
Okay.
Ever again. They had Mahomes and them on the ropes, and that was their first time. And what happens if they win that game? Maybe Mahomes and the Chiefs get the yips the next season and the season after and the season after that.
Well, he blew a lead also in the AFC Championship game the year prior. Well, he didn't. The team did.
Right.
But,
against the Patriots?
Yeah, because
actually, Patriots were up 14-0 in that game.
I'm talking about the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter, Brady had to go down and drive to tie the game, and it goes to overtime, and then he drove down again and won the game. It was consecutive.
They gave up a couple 3rd and 10s.
Yeah, consecutive
But I just don't, you lose a Super Bowl, you lose a Super Bowl. Now you could put them, the Chiefs, that one hurts.
Of course
that one stings so bad when you think about the magical season.
But I don't think it hurts as bad as Flacco.
Well, again, I think in that Super Bowl, the Ravens were the hungrier team. They were the better coach team. The Niners weren't prepared. They were blowing special teams, defense, everything. Everything with the Ravens' way. The Niners were not ready to roll.
Well, I mean, we can make the same preparation comment regarding the Chiefs. They came out and did trick plays to get first downs on 4th and 1 in the first quarter of that Super Bowl.
That's what Andy Reid does.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, the Niners did nothing special. It felt like they did some end arounds and went completely away from it in the second half. They didn't let Mostert, who was humming, touch the ball for quarters on end. Anyway, point being is that
the Niners played scared. Shanahan coached scared in the Super Bowl. That's what hurts. Let's be real. He coached scared.
Well, I mean, the biggest play of the game got negated because of an offensive penalty right before halftime. And you could say, Joe, they should have been more aggressive. I mean, I think that's Jimmy's best throw as a Niner. He ripped that thing downfield.
I mean, the one knock on Shanahan, if we're going to do it, we like to give him all this praise. Guy gets tight, man. He gets very tight in big situations.
Can I ask what coach doesn't get tight?
Andy Reid goes play trick plays.
Well, he had a decade. He had a decade where he was tight, though. I mean, can we acknowledge that? And
does Shanahan need to have a decade of being tight before he loosens up?
I mean, we saw Shanahan. He was tight in the Super Bowl, and he got tight in the NFC Championship game against the LA Rams. He got too cute, got tight, and punted the ball on the 4th and 2 from the Rams. What yard line were they at? 42, 40
something. Yeah.
Come on.
I agree. They should have gone for it. I'm just saying, I don't think that's a Shanahan only disease.
It's not a Shanahan-only disease. I'm just saying that loss, I don't care if it was John Elway, I don't care if it was Joe Montana, that stings when you think about they had a 10-point lead with 7 minutes left in the game.
Well, of course.
That's a choke job.
But Bonte, if you watch the end of that game, because I've watched it so many times, I think the Chiefs could have scored 100 if the game kept going. They were on fire at the end of that game.
They were on fire because the Niners enabled them to be on fire.
Damian Williams destroyed them at the end. They didn't even want to tackle him. I couldn't believe it.
Well, they were done after that. They were done.
And the Quan Alexander dropping the interception. I mean, there's so much.
3rd and 10, pass interference on Travis Kelce, Tarvarius Moore. They got up for 3rd and 15. That game was over.
I still
had a 10-point lead.
What was he doing against Tyreek Hill there? I just don't understand it.
So that hurts. That hurts. That stings. I don't care who the damn quarterback was. So I heard that. I was like, all right, here we go again. That one hurts. I don't care if it's Mahomes. Because guess what? You may have to see Mahomes or Burrow and Josh Allen. More times than not, you're going to see great quarterbacks in the Super Bowl.
Well, what do Cincinnati? I'm very curious because Cincinnati Bengal fans, I'm sure that there's lament over both of those Super Bowl losses to the 49ers. But in the back of their heads, aren't they like, well, it is Joe Montana? Yes, it hurts. Of course it hurts.
No, they gave up a game-winning touchdown. They gave up a game-winning drive, a 90. Was it? Niners started to drive at what? The 3?
Yeah. And then,
Well, what's
and then
it
in
to six?
the first Super Bowl, Super Bowl 16, they got
The
stuffed
goal line
on the
stand.
they got stuffed on the goal line.
So you
But
don't
I'm
think
saying,
they'll
like,
still sting for OG
of course
Bengal
it stings,
fans?
but also in the back of their mind, like, well, we did lose
Hell
to the
no, they're
greatest
not thinking
quarterback
that.
ever.
Nobody thinks about that.
I don't know.
Nobody. You think Green Bay fans are thinking, boy, we lost to John Elway. You
I
know
think-
what?
I think
We could accept that.
When
Well,
you
here's
lose to Flacco, like that one to me is just above.
I don't think you lost to Flacco. I think the Niners beat themselves.
Well,
Let's
okay.
face it,
Well, then
Niners beat
that's a different
themselves.
conversation.
You know?
Getting back to the Mahomes thing, you were saying something about Kirk Cousins from the Netflix doc.
Yeah, everybody's making a big deal about him being so tough, right? Oh my God, we got a lot of respect for Kirk Cousins. He's tough.
Look
He's
at
playing
his
with the ribs.
numbers.
Oh my gosh. He was whimpering so much on the turf. Ah, ah, ah. And so he may be tough and he may be in pain, but let me tell you something. Been around a lot of football teams and covering a lot of football teams and thinking about defenders, they're probably listening like, damn, this guy's out here like groaning and screaming. Dude, we got this guy. We got this guy in our pocket. He's a little mentally wrecked. Ah.
I don't think anyone is shocked by what you're saying. Keep going.
So I'm just saying, we act like nobody plays injured in the NFL. All these guys are banged up. When you see what Mahomes is playing through,
Oh, well, I mean, you see it in the Super Bowl.
and you don't hear him
limping.
He's saying, I'm like that. I'm like that. Kirk Cousins is and everybody's giving him credit for being quote unquote tough.
Everyone handles pain differently.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, man.
Yeah,
He's a
but come
tough guy,
on.
but he's out here whimpering on oh my Lord. My
These are
ribs.
300-pound men falling on you. It's probably painful, right?
You ever
In
see
defense
Brady
of
doing
Kirk
that?
Cousins? No, because
you-
Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time. That's why he doesn't do that.
Mahomes is out here saying, hey, good hit, big dog. Good hit.
It's also unfair.
But-
If I'm Kirk Cousins on his doc, not to cut you off, Bonte, I'm getting compared to Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes.
We're not
Like,
comparing you to anybody.
but
I'm
you
just
kind of
comparing
are.
you to every
They're
football
I'm
player.
like, I haven't seen it yet, so maybe
Right.
not too much spoiler. But I'm sure they're going Mariota, Kirk Cousins, and Patrick Mahomes. Like, come on,
This is like-
really?
He's whimpering on the turf, though,
It's
is
like
what I'm
having
saying.
Albert Pujols in a dock with Brandon Belt.
Right. It's like Derek Cousins.
Pujols doesn't deserve to be in that.
But no, I respect Kirk Cousins. Like, he prepares like a quarterback. The way his mind, the way his mind works. But like, I'm watching him thinking, Shanahan's in love with that guy. And Shanahan's going to have a chance to get him if the quarterback situation goes awry this season.
So now you're looking at Shanahan a little different because of Kirk Cousins through the dock. No, that's interesting.
No, not necessarily. No.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like,
admit
he
it.
loves that guy.
Admit it.
My head coach loves that guy.
We're on the therapy couch. It's okay. Admittance is the first step.
No, you know what really grinds my gears about this doc?
What's that?
Is that the Niners had a chance to draft Mahomes. And we're 7 years in, still looking for a quarterback. And this guy's putting on a legendary run.
You think
A legendary
You
run.
think honestly, if you were to bet right now, $100, yes or no, you think he finishes higher on the pedestal for most fans than Brady? Because God, that's going to be very difficult.
He's a lot likable. He's a lot more likable.
Yeah, but give it.
Brady
10
had the suspension. He had the tuck rule. You know, Belichick, whatever you want to say.
Give it some more success, he will become unlikable. We do not like sustained success.
He's
as a
on the level
country.
of
No.
Steph. He's on the level of Steph right now.
We'll
Steph's
see.
hated outside.
Yes,
Yeah.
Steph is.
more than you want to admit.
He is, but
A
he
lot
still
of
has
people
that
don't like him.
cachet, though. Like, let's continue